Have you ever wondered what really makes a relationship work? Or maybe more importantly, what makes it fall apart? Well, today we're going to dig into what might just be the single biggest and most overlooked hurdle to a real lasting connection. Let's jump in.
So, when we think about relationship problems, our minds usually jump to the same old things, right? Bad communication, you're just not compatible. Or the big one, money. And look, those are definitely the usual suspects. But what if they're not the real problem? What if they're just symptoms of something much, much deeper?
Here's the core idea. The real obstacle, the thing that's hiding underneath all the other issues, isn't about your partner at all. It's internal. It's your own inability to be at peace with yourself. Now, I know that might sound a little abstract, but stick with me because it has very real, very tangible effects on the person you love.
See, this lack of inner peace isn't just, being in a bad mood sometimes. It's an active force. It actually shows up and can slowly poison a connection. So let's break down the 4 main ways this inner discomfort sabotages our relationships, often completely behind the scenes. First up, it makes you emotionally absent. You can be sitting right there on the couch next to your partner, but your mind is somewhere else entirely. You're replaying that argument from yesterday, you're stressing about a deadline, maybe you're even silently judging them or just obsessing over what you think is missing from your life. You're there, but you're not really there. And trust me, your partner feels that distance.
Second, this inner restlessness creates unconscious demands. Because we're so uncomfortable with our own anxiety or insecurity, we, without even realizing it, turn our partner into the solution. We suddenly need them to reassure us all the time. Their comfortable silence feels like rejection. If they need a little space, it feels like they don't love us. We get clingy, not because we're so in love, but because we're afraid.
And this puts your partner in an impossible position. They are forced to perform emotionally. Just think about that phrase for a second. Instead of having a natural flowing connection with you, they have to put on a show. They're constantly on duty, reassuring, fixing, compensating for your internal state. And that is absolutely exhausting for them.
This really gets to the heart of why we do things in a relationship. On one side, you're using your relationship to escape discomfort. A date night is just a temporary fix for feeling empty. And when the feeling comes back, you blame the relationship. But on the other side, when you have inner fullness, activities aren't a fix, they're a genuine celebration, a way to share the peace you already have.
The third major problem is emotional reactivity. When you're not at peace, most of us fall into one of 2 traps. We either suppress, we avoid conflict at all costs, sweep things under the rug, and just let resentment build up, or we explode. We act on impulse, say harsh things, and create chaos. One builds a wall, the other creates a war zone. Neither one builds intimacy.
And this reactivity completely messes with our perception of reality. I mean, think about something tiny, like a delayed text message. To a peaceful mind, it's a delayed text, no big deal. But to a mind that's already suffering, it becomes a whole drama. It's a story about being ignored, about not mattering, about betrayal. We turn a tiny event into a 5-alarm fire. And finally, number 4, which is just so important, a lack of inner peace is like wearing a pair of dirty glasses. Everything you see gets distorted. You start taking neutral comments the wrong way. You assume the worst intentions behind their actions. You only see what's wrong, not what's right. And your real human partner can never, ever live up to the perfect fantasy you've built in your head.
Okay, so that's the problem. And it's a pretty big one. So what's the solution? Where do we even begin? Well, the path forward is built on one single powerful idea: taking emotional responsibility.
Now, what does that actually mean, emotional responsibility? It's not about pretending you don't have feelings. Not at all. It's the practice of dealing with your own emotions on the inside first before you let them out. It's about creating a little bit of space between the feeling and the reaction so that whatever you do next, it comes from a place of clarity, not just a knee-jerk compulsion.
And here's a really simple, practical way to do that. When that wave of anger or anxiety hits, first thing, stop. Just pause. Don't say anything. Don't type that text. Second, acknowledge. Turn your attention inward and just feel the raw emotion in your body. Don't add a story to it, just feel the sensation. And third, let go. Make an actual conscious decision to release the feeling.
And this is absolutely crucial. This isn't some emergency tool you only pull out for huge fights. This is a daily practice. It's for handling all the little moments of discomfort that pop up. A flicker of boredom, a pang of jealousy, a moment of irritation. It's like consistently tending to your own inner garden every single day. So, what happens when you actually commit to this? What does a relationship look like when inner peace is the foundation? Well, that's when love finally gets the space it needs to actually breathe.
And let's be crystal clear about this. Taking care of your own inner world, that is not a selfish act. In fact, it might be the single most generous and essential gift you can possibly give to your partner and to your relationship as a whole.
Because when two people are both taking responsibility for their own peace, the whole dynamic shifts. Suddenly there's more patience, there's more clarity, and way less drama. You build a foundation of real emotional safety. And you come together not out of a desperate need for someone to fix you, but from a genuine desire to share your life with them.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The relationship stops being a project where you're both trying to plug the holes in each other. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where two whole people get to share the peace they've already found in themselves.
So, as we wrap this up, I really want to leave you with this question to think about. Take an honest look at your connection. Is its main job sharing, or is it fixing? The answer to that question might just be a total game changer. Thanks for listening.